Hey guys, and welcome to the Social Proof system. I'm Bill. I'm the VP of Growth at ProofSource, and together we're going to look at what social proof is, how social proof influences sales online and why you need it, and of course, what types of social proof your business can utilize, alongside with examples from brands that are actually crushing it with social proof online, like Amazon and Airbnb, and of course, how to implement social proof in an easy and fast way starting today so that you can increase your conversions by 17%. So let's start with some social proof theory. According to psychology, if a person does not know the correct behavior in a certain situation, they will look at what other people are doing and match their behavior and actions to theirs. Fascinating, right? I mean, we know that us humans are creatures that tend to mimic each other when in a social environment, and this is actually quite useful. So let's think about a story, right? So first time at the restaurant eating crabs. So you've ordered your share of crabs and the order arrives at the table. But tough luck, you don't know how to crack them open. Okay, what do you do? Well, if you look around, there are other people at the restaurant that are also eating crabs. So you can probably imitate their behavior and find the way to crack the crabs open. So problem solved, right? Just by mimicking other people. And of course, we tend to do that a lot. In 1969, three researchers in New York ran the famous street corner experiment. So they paid some actors to stand at the corner of a street and just stare at the sky without anything particular happening. No planes flying, no flags were being waved or anything, just staring at the sky. And what they found was simply fascinating. When two or more people were looking up, two or more paid actors, 50% or more of the passersby also looked up without anything happening. And of course, as the stimulus crowd increased, more and more people stopped and joined the crowd looking up. And of course, that makes sense, right? And even in our daily lives, have you ever watched a film on Netflix or in the cinema because someone told you that this is a great movie? Or have you ever tried the restaurant just because someone recommended it or it had a large crowd outside? Or have you ever bought a product or a service because your friends or somebody on social media recommended it or you saw some positive reviews? All of that, of course, is social proof. And we know by now that social proof is all around us. We are surrounded and influenced by social proof all the time. Innovators and early adopters, which are usually the first to come across new products and services, tend to talk a lot about them, create YouTube videos, write reviews, comments, etc. So that's how new products get reviews. And of course, more and more people buy new products as they see others enjoying it. So this has a viral effect within the communities. And of course, this drives more conversations about the products. Whether the conversations are positive or negative doesn't really matter. And the conversations lead to more sales, and then the sales lead to more conversations, etc., etc. Word of mouth is still recognized as one of the most powerful methods of promotion, even in the online world. And all of that is purely social proof, pure social proof. So, what happens in the online world? And let's think about offline and the physical world for a sec, so that we can, really understand what's going on. Let's say that a restaurant full of people, it's there. We can see it. It's an instant and visible example of how good the restaurant might be, right? Because if it wasn't good, people would just, stand up and leave. How about a website, though? You might know that your website is generating thousands of sales and making hundreds of thousands in euros or dollars in profit. You have Google Analytics, you have your reporting, you have MailChimp, you can track that. But how about your website visitors or your potential customers? They don't know that. They don't have access to your back office or your business, right? So this is where the power of social proof and social proof notifications actually comes into play. And we're going to talk about, of course, social proof notifications coming up. But first, I want to talk about one of the companies that are actually really crushing it online. And of course, this is none other than Amazon. So Amazon was actually one of the first companies to use social proof effectively online. Customer who bought this also bought is a classic section that you can find on the Amazon website still to this day. And of course, this made a huge impact for the Amazon business. These recommendations, as you might be aware of, are based on trends and analysis of past transactions, and the results, of course, are used purely as social proof. Of course, Amazon is not the only company doing that, right? According to McKinsey, 35% of what consumers purchase on Amazon And 75% of what we watch on Netflix come purely from product recommendations. Nosto even claims that companies on average can increase by 12% their sales when using on-site product recommendations, which is huge. Bright Local, at the same time, published a survey saying that positive reviews can increase the trust that consumers place on a local business by 73% or more. Again, a mind-boggling number. So, what types of social proof does your business need? Let's start with the first kind, social authority. And social authority is nothing else than showcasing the number of followers, subscribers, and likes you have across your social profiles, places like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. This way, you can start building authority and trust with your audience from the moment they enter your website. No need to have any sales. Doesn't matter if you have a new website or not, as long as you have enough followers on social media. This is actually the trick that you can use here. And of course, where would you display a notification or a message like that? How many followers you have? Of course, on your website homepage. And on the right, you can see an example of what that might actually look like in an actual website. So, next type. And we're going to talk about, one of my favorite things to include in your website, and which is reviews. So, why are reviews important? We know that before we buy, all of us tend to look at reviews. And the more expensive the product we're thinking about buying, the longer time we take to research the product, its features, and of course, among that, reviews. We're trying to avoid the disappointment of a faulty product, missing features, and of course, bad surprises. And this is actually one of the main reasons that people shop from Amazon, or at least tend to include a trip, across the Amazon product pages alongside their journey of making a purchase. This is because Amazon has made sure that they have enough reviews for most of the products that are out there in the market. So we want to tell users about our product and its features, but our users don't want to learn it from us. They trust other users and other people who have purchased the product more than they trust brands and marketers. And of course, this is true, right? Who would you rather listen to? The person who has vested interest in the product succeeding, or somebody else, who simply doesn't really care? And this is why reviews play an actually quite big role in the success of your products and businesses. So instead of making users browse other websites, consider showing reviews from real users alongside your product pages and alongside your product descriptions. This way, users don't have to look at other websites like Capterra, Amazon, Yelp, Facebook, etc. And they can simply browse your website, see what you've written, and see what is included within your product, and also go through the reviews that other people have already shared. The key, of course, is to make the reviews personal and targeted by including, the first name of the person, the location, and a picture of the reviewer. This definitely helps, build trust that the review, of course, is actually a real one and not a fake. Where would you display a notification like that, a message like that? Of course, in your product pages and landing pages. And yes, this definitely makes sense. So next up, hot tricks. We have a tendency, and we know that, and we've discussed this as humans, to change our decisions, beliefs, and ideas according to the number of people who are also acting the same way. And this is true, both online and offline. So by utilizing this bias and making it visible on our product pages, how many people are actively looking or interested in our products, we're also encouraging other users to purchase as well. Where would you display a hot streak notification? Well, places like your product pages, your landing pages, and your sales pages. And of course, because I'm a good guy, I'm going to actually show you some examples of what this can actually be in your own website. So here are some examples you can actually steal. Showcasing recent signups and purchases. Nothing, better than being on the product page for Nike Air Max shoes and, seeing a notification that somebody just purchased, or seeing the number of people actually looking at the product. Let's say, I want to book my Web Summit ticket, and I'm on the website, booking page, and suddenly I see a notification that, 500 other people are also looking to book tickets at the same dates as you are. Instant trigger that the tickets might go away, that the special pricing or anything might not, be there for long. So I'm definitely encouraged and feel more inclined to actually continue with my booking, the soonest possible. Another thing you can actually showcase, and of course, this is even if you don't have actual sales, is the amount of traffic that a landing page has. So, 342 people are interested in these shoes, or are interested in, booking this room at the same date or the same flights, or whatever the case might be. hot streaks can actually be a really useful example and a notification to have on your website, and you don't necessarily need to fake the data. In fact, it's best if you actually use, real data, whether it's page views along the period of a month or a certain week or or a specific period, or any other data that you actually organically have. So let's talk about removing barriers, which is, having a background in content marketing, one of my favorite things to do. By removing uncertainty and unnecessary barriers, showcasing our visitors that they are in good hands and getting them to the finish line, we can increase our conversion rate significantly. We know that, mental barriers are one of the top reasons that people, end up with their carts abandoned or not purchasing at all from our website. By adding additional notifications close to the conversion step that explicitly describe the action that the users are to take and what, their repercussions are going to be and what's going to happen next, or even showcasing the most frequent support questions, we remove any uncertainty that they might have. We give them the additional information that they need, even though they might not be explicitly asking for it, and we help them convert even better. Where would you display a notification that helps users remove barriers that they have? Well, on your cart or checkout pages accordingly, or of course in any places on your funnel that have a high drop-off rate. You want them, on the places like multi-step forms or landing pages where people are not converting in the rate that you actually want. You want to give them an extra boost by giving them some more information about what's going on. And what can that look like? Let's make it a bit more specific. So I call these types of notifications conversion boosters because we know that they tend to help conversions. And it can be things like, shipping cost. How much is shipping going to cost? Or are there any specific offers tied to shipping? A money back guarantee, you have 30 days to return this product if you don't like it. Or, order delivery estimate. Your order is going to arrive within the next 3 or 5 or 6 days. Many times when we're shopping online, we're really, worried about the delivery date, how long it's going to take, or, do they ship in our country and things like that. And of course, users, yes, they're going to ask these questions on our live chat or look for the answers, but many times they're just going to not do that and just buy from the website that has these information laid out in front of them. Another thing that you can actually also include is like payment plans, of course, supported payment methods, return policy, and why not coupon codes or awards and certifications that your product or business might have received. Of course, all of these help build trust, remove uncertainty, which is our common theme here, and of course, at the end of the day, influence our conversion rate in a positive way. So, how about some famous social proof examples? We've talked about, the types of notifications that are out there and that we can use and the different kinds of social proof we can have on our website. Let's now go and look at how some of the world's largest businesses have actually implemented social proof on their website and their business. So let's start with HubSpot. HubSpot is a software company with a product that can actually be a hefty investment for businesses. Potential customers are likely, in need to see of HubSpot social proof before they make a decision, and it's, makes sense, right? If I want to try something and if I want to invest in it, I want to make sure that others like me or other businesses like mine have actually had success with that. And HubSpot, of course, provides a customer testimonial and case study page with quotes and pictures of happy customers to show how happy, and successful, of course, their customers actually are. Another famous example is none other than Airbnb. We know that Airbnb uses machine learning to generate insights from the reviews that they have received and showcase those insights on top of the listing pages. By showcasing when a property has been viewed 500 times in the past week, or that this is the most wishlisted property in the country, you increase the social proof, you increase the urgency, and people are much more likely. Of course, Airbnb takes this a step further, and they also have notifications like, your destination is popular, 500 other people or a specific number are also looking into these days, or 80% of the accommodations at this place have already been booked, all of which, of course, is types of social proof that help not only build trust, but also build urgency at the same time. And we know that, a sense of urgency can be a powerful emotion that we can tap into in order to increase our conversion rates and help our users convert. Another business that is actually doing really well is Yelp. So there are actually 23,000 reviews posted every minute on Yelp, according to research. And this is huge. Small Business Trends stated that if a restaurant increases its Yelp rating by 1 star, it can see revenues increase by 5 to 9%. So if you have a small business and you're listed on Yelp already, this is a good goal to aim for. And of course, proof that social proof actually works online. Another example is ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is a popular software for email marketing and marketing automation. And of course, they understand that in order to get people on board and start using the product, they need to show them two things. The first one is that a lot of businesses are using the product, and two, these businesses are having a great experience and having great success with the product. This is why they feature the total number of businesses using ActiveCampaign on their homepage, and of course, case studies along that, so that people can actually see for themselves how good ActiveCampaign actually is. And of course, we're talking about the mother of social proof, and this is none other than Booking.com. Booking.com has taken social proof on a different level, and they do that across their website. So for example, on the results page, they showcase the star rating that hotels have, the thumbs up that they have received, and of course, the favorites or hearts that each hotel has been hearted or mentioned that. They also include the overall rating, the rooms that are left, how many bookings have happened within the day, people looking at the hotel, and any other kind of information that can actually increase certainty. So if you think about businesses and them wanting to hide their metrics and wanting to hide how many people are actually visiting the website or are on a certain landing page at any moment, Booking.com has actually taken the other direction. And they know that, of course, this helps them greatly. And they're not really afraid of that. And it makes sense, right? They're one of the top destinations for booking a hotel online. So they also have a lot of other tricks up their sleeve. And of course, on the hotel page, you can see a breakdown of the hotel's scores alongside verified reviews, because, as we said, we want to know that the reviews that we're reading are actually from genuine, real people. And of course, you can see the most popular facilities, guest favorites, and location insights. Things like, this hotel is close to the center, or it's close to the sea, or it has a metro station, really close. These are things and these are questions, as we discussed, that people have on their heads. And by including that, you're not only building social proof, but also removing barriers and bringing people closer to the conversion event. Now that we've understood what social proof is, what types of social proof exist, and how are businesses around the world utilizing social proof to increase the conversions, it's time to talk about how to implement social proof notifications on our own website so we can actually benefit from them and increase our conversions by up to 17%. And as always, there's two main ways to go. The first one is building everything from scratch, building it yourself, and making it as custom as you want. And of course, you'd have to involve your product team and your design team and your development team and design everything yourself. And of course, this has the drawback that it should take a lot more time and a lot more effort to get going. A more lean way to go would be utilizing a service or product like ProofSource or any of our competitors. We won't hold it against you, which gives you the benefit of being able to go live using our templates, which are ready-made and can generate actual conversions because we've tested them on more than 25,000 businesses. You can also track the conversions that come as a result of showcasing your notifications so that you know which notifications work and which ones don't. It doesn't mean that because you set up the social proof notification, it's going to automatically bring you a 17% increase in your conversions. You have to test it out, and we allow you to do that. Because, of course, we have support that rocks, and you can test it out on our website any moment. Just open Intercom and type in "Bill sent me," and we're going to reply back as soon as possible. And of course, because we're trusted by over 25,000 businesses for social proof worldwide. So this is the end of the social proof system. I hope you have enjoyed this session. As always, if you have any questions or want to ask anything or need more information or just want to say hi, you can use my email, and you can find me at bill@proofsource.com. Feel free to reach out anytime. Really looking forward to helping you succeed with social proof and seeing some great results for your business. Stay safe and speak soon. Bye-bye.